right, folks, something a little bit different. This is Will. I'm from the Weekend Homestead. You'll see me around. I do video editing for Joe and different projects and stuff like that. Joe and I have been working on some different collaborations, and this is one of the ideas we had. Two guys in the car just kind of shooting the shit. So right now, I'm going to ask them a whole bunch of questions. It's stuff that I've seen people ask before in the comments. Questions, ideas. It's get to know Joe time. Joe, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Will.
Awesome.
It's a real pleasure to be here with you in this lovely state of Wisconsin, my friend.
You know, it's a nice fall day, and we thought, you know what, we got some time in the car, so we're going to share some of Joe's experiences, adventures, and ideas with you. So come on along.
Can't wait to share it with you, folks.
Like, here's a question for you, Joe. How did you get into YouTube?
Oh, what a great question, Will. I got into YouTube because I invested in my very first computer. And that was about 5 years, going on 6 years now, 6 years ago. And my best friend, Jimmy, was always telling me, you have to get a computer. You don't understand, you're missing out on everything. You really, really need to get a computer. And I always just kind of pushed him aside. Yeah, you know, I've been good, I don't need a computer. Well, finally I got one, and one of the first things he set up on my computer was my own YouTube account and my own channel. And
what's your channel name?
My channel name is Joe's Neon. Why, of course.
All right.
That would be Joe's Neon, one word. And yeah, so from there, I could not wait to use my GoPro camera to video and upload the video onto my computer and put it onto my channel and get into this whole YouTube world. I had no idea what it was all about, you know?
So what are most of your videos about?
Well, I think that most of my videos are about camping. Kayaking, camping, hiking are primarily most of my content. Although I do have a series that I have taken a short respite from, which is Shop Talk with Joe. That's going to start up here probably, I would say, late fall. I'm going to get that going up again, and a lot of folks have been asking about it and asking for it. So we're going to get the Shop Talk going again, and it's just a great show of whatever projects I'm working on for the week. I always tell a joke at the end, and it's just great. I do a question and answer, so yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back into that. But basically, that's what my channel's all about.
Let me ask you this. I've watched your Shop Talk. I've seen different episodes and stuff. You have all these axes on the wall. You have all this stuff. Do you make those? Do you sell those? Tell me about the axes, because they're everywhere in your basement.
Yeah, the axes, they don't get the respect that they need to hang on the wall until they pass my requirements. All of those axes that are on the wall and hatchets that you see have been completely restored. And when I mean completely restored, completely restored. Most of them have been rehafted with new handles. Of course, the heads have been completely refinished. Vinegar bath, they've been wire wheeled, they have been oiled, and of course sharpened to razor blades, and then they get a sheath made for them because none of them had a sheath.
Now you do the leather work, right?
I do all of the leather work. Yes, Will, that's right. Yep. And if I can save the handle, which I think maybe I've saved 2 handles that have passed my inspection. If not, I get new handles for them, and I completely rehaft them, and I'm very proud of that collection.
It's very nice. Unbelievably nice. So now, do you sell those, or is that your private collection for you to enjoy and share with others, or what do you do with them?
Yeah, it's funny you should ask, because
that's like the number one question people ask. I've seen asking the forums or in the comments below, like, hey, where can I buy one of your axes and stuff?
Yeah. Here's where that comes to a summit, is the fact that so much time and so much work goes into one axe or hatchet that you develop a passion, or at least I do, for that tool, for that instrument. It would be sentimentally hard to part with, number one. And number two, you could never get paid for the amount of time that goes into making an axe better than it ever was, even when it was brand new. So I would have to answer that, Will, by saying, no, I don't sell them.
Okay.
I don't.
So I was watching your channel the other day, and you had a video about going lobster fishing. Now you're from the Northeast, New York.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about the lobster fishing trip, because you were talking to me about it on the phone, and a guy called you up and you said, hey, you want to go lobster fishing? You just went, or how did that all come about?
Well, that's a really great question, Will, because let's go back to YouTube.
Yeah.
The only reason I had the opportunity to go up into down east Maine, Steuben, as a matter of fact, was because of YouTube. I had met a gentleman by the name of Captain John. His channel is Captain John's Bar.
I'll link to it above.
That would be wonderful. And yeah, he was watching my vids. I was watching his videos. We started sending some personal messages and communicating. And the next thing we know, we swapped phone numbers and started chatting. He said, hey, why don't you come to Maine? I said, John, I would love to come and visit you in Maine. So Sandy and I packed the car up. That was 3 years ago.
Wow.
And we went to Steuben, Maine. That's about a 10-hour trip for us from where we live.
So now, does Captain John, does he fish lobsters for a living, or is
That's
it a
what
hobby,
he does.
or what?
That's his occupation. He's a professional lobster fisherman, and let me tell you what, folks, he's damn good at it. He took Sandy and I out on the boat.
That's the word professional.
He took us out on the boat, and let me tell you what, we checked his traps for probably an hour and 15 minutes, and we had 80 crustaceans.
It's crazy.
80 crustaceans.
So now you guys went to an island and you camped on that island then, and that's where you ate the lobster? Because
Yep.
you guys had this huge spread, checkered picnic tables, the usual things
Yep.
that you would think you'd have at like a seafood eat out.
Yeah. Yeah, we were on a privately owned island, owned by the Rockefellers. If anybody's interested, you can look it up. It's Foster Island in the Gulf of Maine. It's for sale right now, and it's a heck of a deal. $1.5 million. It comes with a cottage, and it's a 4-acre island. And you can't beat a deal like that. The only issue is,
Here, I'll take one.
there's only
Sorry.
there's only 2 times during the day you can get in and out.
Because of the water?
Tidal flow is 17 feet.
Jeez.
17-foot tidal flow. So yeah, there's only certain times you can get in, and there's only certain times that you can get out. But it is such a gorgeous, beautiful place to be, to visit, and to sit with 6, 7 of our greatest friends and eat 60 lobsters.
That's crazy.
60. Well,
That's amazing. The one interesting thing that you hit on when we got talking about Captain John is the same way we ended up here. Is one of the things that happens in YouTube as you kind of get a channel going and you get your thing established and you kind of get whatever genre you're in and what you're doing, YouTubers tend to kind of, I don't want to say collect together, but I've made a number of different friends who all have similar channels and do different things, and we talk from time to time, and kind of the creators get together and we come up with these ideas of collaborations and all that kind of stuff. And just like that's how Joe and I ended up here is, we started working together, and I do his editing, he does some videoing and that kind of stuff, and one thing led to the next, and I'm like, hey, this fall let's do a trip out to the homestead property and check it out. So that's how this all started here, folks.
This is why I'm in Wisconsin. You all folks know where I'm from. You know where I live. I'm out in some beautiful, beautiful country in the Midwest. This is truly amazing. And you know, Will, the way that I like to describe it is it's like-minded interests that find people through YouTube, you know?
Yep.
I mean, I didn't find your channel because I like to watch videos on how to apply makeup or why my bra doesn't fit. I found you because I enjoy watching JC's videos on homesteading and whatnot. And geez, I got a pop-up that says The Weekend Homestead.
Yep.
I just had to click on it, and it opened a whole new world for me and a whole new friendship for me. And it has just been absolutely stellar. I can't thank you enough for your accommodations and your friendship, Will.
Of course, no problem. Shout out to our buddy Craig. Couldn't
Craig
make
Weller.
it. You missed it.
That's all right, buddy. We're bringing it to you anyhow, man.
2017 Summit. Be there or be square.
That's right. Don't be square.
All right. So let me ask you the final question here before we wrap up. So I've seen you camp in the summertime, seen you do all these different trips. I've seen you camp in the wintertime, all seasons. When is the best time that you like to go out camping, and where is it located? Like, if you could pick the best location and the best time of the year, two-part question. What's the best time of the year, and what's the best location?
Well, Will, I would have to answer that by saying I really love this time of year. Here we are in the end of September. There's no bugs. The weather is beautiful. The leaves are changing. That gives us a palette of colors through the woods. And guess what? All the tourists are gone.
Yeah.
I get my choice of campsites wherever, whenever, for the most part. And yeah, I would have to say it's this time of year, and location would be the Adirondack Mountains of New York State.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, if people like to hear what Joe's saying and follow along his adventures, he's got 300 some videos up on YouTube. Huge following. Congratulations on passing 2,000 subscribers. That's awesome.
Thank you, Will.
You'll see me do some guest editing on a couple of his videos here and there. We've been doing some collaborations on some different projects, but make sure you check the link up above for Joe's channel, and thanks for watching.
Thanks, folks. We'll talk to you soon.